What's up, party people? Um, had a few client inquiries and saw this coming in um, via email, so thought I should shout out. Okay, so Klaviyo is launching its new API. Okay, so users of Klaviyo's V1, V2 APIs have until June 30th. I think, let me see here for a second. What's the new? Is it the V3 or V4? I thought they already had V3 out. All right, well, maybe they're just deprecating those. So retire on June 30th. Users of V1 and V2 APIs have until June 30th, 2024. At this time, they'll be officially retired. I think actually they're on V4 now. I could be wrong on that. There was a release one last year. But I digress. Let's dive in. So what the frick is an API? Let's go back over to Klaviyo. You might see right here, API, you have these metrics, right? So with Facebook, Klaviyo, MailChimp, Shopify, Wix, etc. So these are like, let's use the right terms here. These are Klaviyo built integrations, okay? So Klaviyo built integrations. Of course, Klaviyo built its own integrations. They have Shopify integration, Facebook advertising, MailChimp, Wix, etc. Now, when we go to this API one, some of the platforms or some of the tools that your brand's currently using taps into Klaviyo, either pushing or pulling data. I think it's actually called get or post, but pushing or pulling data to and fro from Klaviyo. All right, and that's through its API. Okay, so for instance, some of the APIs that you might be pulling now to custom scripts would be active on site or added to cart. So if that script that's currently on your Shopify site is built with one of these legacy endpoints, okay, V1 or V2 endpoints, it's going to break because they're deprecating it or it's becoming legacy. They're shutting it down. Now, here's an example of something that's not a script on site, but a platform that you use maybe reviews on that doesn't have that Klaviyo built integration with, or like, hey, integrate with Klaviyo. Maybe you're doing script stuff or doing API endpoint calls, pushing and pulling data through the APIs rather than an integration that Klaviyo built. Okay, so APIs, some platforms you might be using, or custom scripts on site. If they're using V1 or V2, those APIs are being shut down. So what do you do if they are? Okay, so not a developer here, so to do my account is using a custom built integration, which would be like an added to cart integration. So reach out to the developer who built your custom integration just to make sure that they're not pinging or leveraging that legacy API. All right, my account relies on Klaviyo built integrations. Update to the latest version of any Klaviyo built integration. I'm assuming that Klaviyo is going to let us know if/when that happens. So e-commerce and integrations, here's so Shopify, Wix, Spree, Volusion, never heard of half of those, but Shopify too. Honestly, I think Klaviyo is probably going to do the heavy lifting for us, or definitely let us know. And they are letting us know, so that some of the accounts are using, Magento or PrestaShop or WooCommerce. They're going to have to do some things. And then the last one is my account relies on third-party integrations built by a technology partner of Klaviyo. So if you're doing that, go to the integrations directory, and no immediate action is required on your part. Klaviyo has notified all tech partners, so they're doing some of the lifting for us. Next step, there's a bunch of steps in here with SDKs, which are just toolkits to, for functionality of API endpoints, pushing and pulling data. And so if you are a developer, definitely hop into this. Just Google Klaviyo legacy APIs. But for the most part, you should be good to go. I don't see a lot of brands, at least the brands that we work with, using a lot of custom scripts. I would say, though, that most, probably the highest possibility of breakage would be for added to cart, which is a custom script or trigger, API call, or active on site. So those are pretty heavy ones used in our industry. I would make sure connect with your developer and make sure that it is not triggering or using the V1, V2 API endpoint. Okay? Hope this was helpful. Have a wonderful day. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace!